Hi, it's Bonnie, Experiments in Honesty. Most of my videos, you will notice, are generally upbeat. I try to, do YouTube improvements and other business, type improvements, as well as talking about personal topics. But they're always, focused on the how do we make things better kind of thing. And this video is going to be fairly dark, so if you tuned in for that kind of stuff and you're not into this, then you can turn it off, and I won't be offended. This video is about suicide, isolation, and the choices that we make. I've had a lot of things happen in my life that if I could rewind the clock, I would maybe make some different choices so that I wasn't put in situations, I didn't put myself in situations where those things happened. And then some things I haven't been able to control, but they happened anyway, and I wish that they hadn't. But it's how I deal with each of those things that makes me who I am today. Okay, so suicide. My sister committed suicide last year, or maybe it was even this year. It's I don't remember the exact date. My sister had MS. Okay, so now some of you are thinking, well, she had MS, that's why she committed suicide. But that's not why my sister committed suicide. It's the excuse that she used. But my sister committed suicide because she had alienated everyone in our family, including myself, and all of her friends pretty much, except for two people, and who rationed their time with her. And here's the deal. I knew she was going to commit suicide 10 years prior. And not because she said, Bonnie, I'm going to commit suicide, or if something doesn't happen, I'm going to commit suicide. She never said that she was going to commit suicide. In fact, people who knew her would, people who met her would never have thought that she was going to do that. But I knew that her life would end that way. And here's why I knew that. I knew because every choice she was making was leading toward that destination. She always chose anger over forgiveness. She always made the stories in her mind and even out loud, of the things that had happened to her worse than they actually were. There never were any lessons that she took away from any of the bad things that happened to her. She just chose that path in everything that she did. So sometimes people say to me, oh yeah, you looking on the bright side all the time, it's not always possible. Of course it's not always possible. And if you knew me, this answers the if you knew me question. If you know me, you know I'm a pretty dark person, actually. But I try to look on the positive side of things. And I'm always grateful when people in my life who I've chosen to surround myself with teach me about looking on the positive side of things. I mean, my guy the other day, I have a broken foot, if you didn't know that, or broken toe, really. It's not, my whole foot's not broken, just the toe. And I was in the car, and he went into a coffee shop to get me some coffee, himself a coffee. And he said, do you want anything? And I said, yeah, I want one of those biscottis. And he came out with chocolate biscotti. I love chocolate. And it was broken. And I said, oh, it's broken. So I'm making fun of myself right now. And he said, oh, bite-sized pieces. And I swear, every time since then, when I see a broken, cookie, I think bite-sized pieces. And it's really that simple. It's hard to start, but once you start, and once you commit to that path, you can find the good things in life. One of the people on YouTube that really inspires me is a guy, and I'll link to him on the right-hand side, who, can't stand up without assistance, and yet sees the beauty in living, sees the beauty in the color of a flower. And that's really what this video is about. This video is about why people choose the path that goes down instead of the path that rises toward the light. I can't answer that with my sister. And right now, there's this person that I know who is doing the same thing, making bad choices and then wallowing in them as if those choices were handed down by God instead of the choices that you made. So I guess I'm making this video for you to tell you, knock it off. I've been sensitive. I've been thoughtful. I've tried to work on the individual problems that you're having, but you're choosing to see everything in a bad way. Please stop. I guess that's the only thing I would have said to my sister that I didn't. I don't think it would have made any difference. Matter of fact, I think she would have yelled at me, which is what she liked to do, yell at people. But I'm sending this message out to this person I know. When I call you and I talk to you about what's not working, for you, you don't have to hear what I'm going to say. You can shut me out and just feel the negative side of it, or you can not act on any of my advice. But you're choosing it. You're choosing it. Life's not making this happen. You're making this happen. And you can just as easily choose the other path. So, I made this video because I saw 2 other videos today. One of them was one called Loneliness. I'll link to it on the right. The other one was the Jacey Hugs campaign. And I guess I'd like to have your thoughts. Everyone watching this, listening to this. Why? Why do people make that choice? Why do they make the choice to see things as, oh, it's broken, instead of bite-sized pieces? Thanks.